Hi, and welcome to Lines on Design. I am here today with my dear friend John Iannazzo. We are at Liberty. We love doing this. It's a blast. We got a lot to do today. We really do.
We have new stuff.
We've got great new stuff. If you haven't been to the showroom, I really encourage you to go and see Liberty. There's so much to see. And every single time I come in, which is pretty often, I see something new. Before we started the show today, John was sort of prepping us, saying, "Oh my gosh, you got to see this. You got to see this."
Yeah, we have a lot of
oh my gosh,
lot of new things.
Well, Gustavo's like, "All right, just land somewhere and show us what you're going to what we're going to talk about today, because there really is a lot going on." Before we start about new products,
yes,
I also want to say that not only do you do blinds, but you do a lot of other things too.
Yeah, wallpaper,
quickly.
fabrics, pillows. Draperies, soft treatments, all of that.
I mean, it's pretty fantastic. All right, let's talk about something new that you're excited about.
Woven texture Roman shades.
Okay.
These have been some of my favorite shades for a while now, and they're very similar to the woven wood shades, only they're a little more refined.
Okay, first of all, let's break it down, okay, for the one person who may not know what a Roman shade is. What's a Roman shade?
A Roman shade, this is
Look
a
at
Roman
this.
shade, so it has the folds with the battens, and it pleats up as you pull it. And this is a woven texture, this is a woven wood. So woven woods, people are more familiar with. They're the heavier, the bamboo ones, very natural.
Okay.
These, the woven textures, are a little more refined.
And within the Low Country, I think both are really pretty impressive. They're a very sleek, slimline kind of treatment. And don't you think they go with any kind of design scape?
They do, and we have lots of different patterns. So these are really good when you want to just kind of shield the sun a little bit, but maintain the view.
Okay, talk to me about that. Okay, look at these. Look at these.
Some of these nice?
Yeah, I do. Talk to me about shielding the sun or more sheer, if I can get it out.
You've seen the screen shades before. You see them on restaurants, commercial applications, where shades you can see through, but they help block the sun.
Yes.
These will do the same thing.
Okay. Look.
Only they are nicer to look at.
I mean, they're beautiful. They're really part of the design motif now.
Yes.
All right. What have you had to teach me about this? Well, you and Hunter
To
Douglas.
not be afraid of color?
Not be afraid. As a designer, I grew up literally with what exactly? With what color do I use?
Yep.
White.
White.
I match the trim with anything. Well, not so long ago we did a black shade. My absolute favorite thing I've ever done. You know why, you all? Because everything fades away, doesn't it?
Yep. And how about gray?
And the grays. The grays.
The grays, there you go.
Right?
Another
It's sort of
one.
that gray taupey color. Look at some of these.
Aren't these cool?
Can I get different, more sheer? Like, what's the difference between this and this?
Well, these are two different shades. So this is the woven texture. The other one, this one is the woven wood. So they're really two different materials.
Okay.
You can do different. There's different, opacities. Some are a little bit tighter of a weave, some are a little bit looser. So the looser the weave, the more you can see through it. This one, for example, you can see through a lot. So
Oh, yeah, you can.
But they can be lined with independent liners. So you can have the liner up, the shade down, the liner down. Gives you the best of both worlds.
You know, you and I were just together at a client's house, and one of the things that was really interesting was that the client knew zero zip nada about shades. And I wish we were there right now, because I'd love to have you kind of talk through what you did with the client. For example, if this is our window right here, I even want to put this up if we can,
Sure.
Johnny. Oh, watch, excuse me, he's using his fancy. We're going to put this up. So we walked into the client's house, and she was really nervous about window treatments, because I had told her, you're going to spend some money here, but this is the place that you go ahead and spend your money, because it lasts forever. It's not like a shirt that you're going to replace all the time.
Exactly.
You're hoping to do this for the life of the home. So basically, what did you ask her?
What she wanted to accomplish with the window. The purpose for covering the window, is it for privacy, is it for light control, a little bit of both? Some people just want it to be decorative.
Exactly. And some of the other things, do you have children?
Yeah.
Do they nap? How old are the kids for safety?
Does she like to take naps? I have customers
Exactly,
who like their afternoon nap every day, so we need something to make that room dark, especially in west-facing windows.
Exactly. And we also looked out into this spectacular view, and you talked a bit about that.
Yep.
Do you want to be able to see cleanly and clearly through?
Exactly.
Are you going to keep the shade open or closed?
Yeah.
And so it was really fascinating to me. At that point, you started talking, you brought in...
Well, it's the process of elimination. So if they need certain things in the window, if they don't need, it to be dark, that eliminates a whole section of shades. We don't need it with a liner, we don't need any heavy materials. it can be much lighter. And depending on which way the house is situated, depending on the light, you know, you get the morning sun.
Okay.
You might need something different than windows to get the afternoon sun.
Exactly.
So it's really about just eliminating what is needed in the window to find what works best.
The other thing that I was really impressed with, and it was really interesting, and I think it's a takeaway for all of us, is that you also ask where they did their most of their living, and you talked about let's put the most the most cost-effective shades in the kids' rooms or in rooms that aren't,
ones you don't see all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then in the things that were where people did most of their living.
Yeah, we're going to use the shades all the time. If they're going to go up and down, you know, 3-4 times a day, you might want to do motorized shades in the living room. You know, or if it's going to be something that's going to just stay down all the time, you probably don't need to spend the extra money for a motor, although it is kind of the way things are going now.
Well, I had to laugh because we laughed after she left. The client looked at me. She goes, "I felt like I was at a doctor's office because of all the comprehensive questions." And then, like, he had to take an assessment and then sort of get the answer and then come back and show everything. All right, I had to get that out there because it really is important. So bringing people into the showroom then is really impressive for you.
Yes, it really helps the whole process because we can walk down the line of the different treatments and figure out, well, first off, which one they like and which one works best for them. Some people might describe something that is perfect for a honeycomb shade. They might want darkness, they might want heat control, light control, they don't want it to go away, but they hate the look. And I've learned that if someone doesn't like the way something looks, there's nothing I can say. I can tell them all the pros in the world of why they should do that shade. If they don't like it, they don't like it. We should move on to something that's going to do the same job but have a different look.
What are you seeing? Are you seeing people do color in some of these new? Now, I'm looking at the Sonnet.
Yeah,
What's
well,
that?
these are the new ones. These are cellular roller shades.
Okay, he had to convince me on these.
Yeah. So these.
Stephanie's here and Gustavo, and she's always into this
These are
stuff.
similar,
You're going to like this one.
Similar to the Duet, they have a cell shape, so they're going to trap the air. It's a good insulator, but it goes up like a roller shade. So it's really two products combined into a new product.
I love it when he talks fast because he knows it so well. You got to say it again really slow for me. I'm a little dense.
So it's a Duet honeycomb shade and a roller shade, just like an old-fashioned plain roller shade.
Okay.
But it has the cell shape, so it traps a layer of air, so it insulates against the heat and the cold, and stacks nice and small like a roller shade.
Oh, these are fabulous.
Yeah.
Do you have this up?
I do, right here.
Okay, look at
and I have a
this.
hand sample here.
Oh, look.
Nice.
Look. The color.
A lot of grays.
It's all about the gray, yeah. Okay,
that.
let's do it. Can we do a side view too? Because this is pretty cool. What are the advantages of doing these?
What I like about this over a Duet honeycomb shade is there's no strings. The #1 repair in all window coverings is having a blind or a shade restrung, meaning these little cords here.
Oh yeah.
You know, like tires in a car, eventually those kind of things wear out. This has no inner cords, so there's nothing to restring, which eliminates the #1 repair of all window coverings.
When you go to a conference at Hunter Douglas, do you guys talk about grumbles that people have, ways to improve? How does all that work? Because that's got to be interesting.
That's exactly like you said. We talk about what's common, what we see, and usually there's a common thread of.
Well, like you said, the strings might be something that always have to be repaired, so they work on a product with
no strings. And speaking of the strings, one thing we don't do a lot of is the standard pull cords anymore. You know, we used to raise a blind, the cord would drag on the floor.
Yes.
Now everything's done with the Ultra Glide, the retractable. So the cord stays nice and short. There's nothing gripping that cord, so there's less wear and tear, so the strings last longer.
Oh, very, very interesting. I kind of want to look at the new silhouette too, if we can.
Well, what's new with the silhouette is called Clear View.
Okay.
So they've changed the sheer. What the thing people didn't like about silhouettes.
I know. My client always says, I love the silhouette, but sometimes I can't see through it well enough.
Yeah, they want to be able to see through it more than the regular silhouettes will allow you to.
Okay.
So the Clear View silhouette.
Look at this.
Has a finer sheer, so you see out much clearer than the originals.
So you really can you really can get a better picture of the entire view.
Yeah, you get a better view.
Oh my gosh, it's always a blast to come and see you and do this. All right, I have to ask because I have to do every time. Are you mostly doing the colors, these grays now?
Whites and neutrals are still, well, I guess gray is a neutral.
Okay.
But the whites are still the most popular.
Oh, look at this.
There's your favorite.
This is actually my favorite. And one of the things to look at too are the different textures.
Oh,
ooh, look at this, you guys. All right, I might have to have you into the cellular roller shade department at my house and see what's going on.
And then
Don't
some
be
of the
afraid to
windows
call.
come
They'll come out and do an estimate, and you'll always be excited. Oh, look at
Some nice
those.
textures.
Look at these. These are gorgeous, too. What's this Discover?
Oh, this is just the product photography. So this shows different room settings. So that way
So
you can
if
get an
so-
idea of how the shade's going to look in your window.
If someone wants to kind of take a sneak preview and they can't get out here, can they go on Hunter Douglas online or
Yes,
Liberty?
and
or
LibertyWallcoverings.com or LibertyWindowBlinds.com.
You guys
can
have
see
a
all
heck
this.
of a website, don't you?
Yeah, it really has turned out well.
And you talk about problems and good things, and they'll show.
Everything that we talk about in here, you can find on the website.
I love it. All right, it's always a treat, John, to have you. We've got a lot more to come here in Lines on Design, so stay with us. We'll be right back.